بسم الله والحمد والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله ومن والاه. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Students, barakallahu feekum for joining again. Alhamdulillah, we have most of our regular students. Some will be joining. Today, we'll be covering lessons 23 and part of 24, inshallah. And I've purposely put lesson 22 on the screen for two reasons. I know some of you hadn't fully memorized some of the huruf that we had covered previously. Just wanted to find out if you'd gone through this lesson again or made an effort to memorize the mansubat and majrurat. Can I just see a show of hands? Or you can just type in the chat, yes or no. If you, again, it's really important for us to ensure students are, spending some time reviewing the lessons. And I feel, we have to hold you accountable as well. So, we keep you on your toes, inshallah. Thank you, Sanika. Most of them from Mansubat. So, if you remember last week, there's a pattern or a rhythm to these, and it just makes it easier. And once you've memorized it in the future, it just rolls off your tongue. As you saw, some like mashallah, Sister Fawzia, I know she's memorized them. It just rolls off. So that's what we want, and the objective is to make it easier for you. Now for lesson 23. I've got some questions I wanted to ask, which is why I've not put it up on the screen. We'll be covering majurat in nouns, Iraab of majzumat in verbs, and Iraab of mansubat. So quite a few different topics, but it's same theme that we've been covering, the Iraab last few lessons. Today we'll be covering part 7, but I have a few questions just to test your understanding. Does an isim or noun have i'rab in majroor? Does an isim have i'rab in majroor? It's genitive case. You can unmute. Masha, Sister Selena, so your response from the previous question. Thank you. I'll repeat the question. Does an isim have an i'rab of majroor? Brother Zakir said yes. Everyone agree with that? Anyone disagree?
Yes, agree.
Okay, Jazakallah khair, Ustaz Muhammad. Come on, students. I've had a long day, so you can't. I can still do this, so thank you. Okay, yes, all right. Anyone say no? Okay, so good. Yes, you're right.
Assalamu alaikum. No, for
Alaikum
what?
salam.
Yeah, just
Does
join.
an isim have majroor? Can an isim have the i'rab of majroor? That's the question. So everyone is saying yes. So that's the correct answer. Well done, mashallah.
Yeah.
The i'rab, so an isim can have an i'rab of majroor. Who can tell me when, or just to give an example? One is fine, inshallah.
Baitullahi.
When jar majroor and mudaf ilayhi.
Mumtaz, excellent. That's it. Well done. Good. And others, if you're not sure what I'm asking, listen to the responses. This will help you, inshallah. And these are good questions, really test your understanding. Next question. Ready? Does an isim have i'rab of majzoom? Majzoom. So majzoom is when we're talking about sukoon, sakina, or the English jusuf case. Does an isim have an i'rab of majzoom?
No, Ustad.
Okay, having one no.
No.
Okay.
Example. Ustad wants example,
Example.
if you can remember. Yeah.
If it doesn't have a majum,
How can you give example?
how can you give you example?
Can you explain then? Justify, if not example.
Yes.
And you're all correct. The answer is no. The majzoom only applies to ism.
Or to fail.
It doesn't
Yeah.
apply to
To ism.
af'al, to fi'l. Yeah, good. Alhamdulillah. You know what? I'm really pleased with this one because this one, some people get tricky. I remember when we were doing this last time, people were getting confused with this one. So Alhamdulillah, I'm pleased. Next question. Only two more, so you can stop sweating soon. Does a fi'l have i'rab of majroor, jar? Does a fi'l
No, fail doesn't
can
have
fi'l
majum.
take majroor? Can you justify that?
It's only the ain kalima takes the all the three harakas, but not the Iraab. It doesn't like the last letter haraka. Doesn't take.
That's different. That's not to do with jar. So earlier on you explained.
It doesn't take
kasra. Yes. Earlier on explained the two situations where you get jar. Do you remember? Right. Anyway, you're right. Fi'l does not take much jar because the jar there is no tense or voice. Therefore, case endings do not affect af'al, the fi'l.
Yeah.
And we have for asma, isms, we have jar majroor, right? And possession. That doesn't apply to fi'l. There's no possession with fi'l, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ustad.
Good. Final question. Can a fi'l take i'rab of majzoom, jazm?
Yes.
Yeah. This
it does.
can take. Yeah.
Can you give an example?
Amar, fil amar.
Explain. Give an example.
Yaktub.
يكتب
يفعل يكتب يفعل.
ألم أقل لكم.
Yes, good.
يكره.
So, yaktub, for example. Yes, good. Alhamdulillah. What do you think, Dr. Mahmoud? How do they do?
They have done very well. I would like to give them a tip. If they remember, that will be even much faster and easier. And inshallah, there will be no confusion. Just remember, you know about Ism Majroor. Ism Majroor is common, do exist. Ism Majroor. Okay? And then you also know Fi'l Majroor. Think about it. Majroor will be connected with Ism. Ism Majroor, Bismillahi, these are Majroor. They only stay with Ism. Ism Majroor, if you remember, that is true, that exists. And now if you ask me Ism Mazzoom, no, of course not. Now the next one is Fi'l Majroor. Fi'l Majroor. You know these different phases of Mudario, and you remember you have got default is Marfu, then in Mansub, it also tends to Majroor. So fail only can have Majroor situation. So if you ask me whether fail would have Mazum, no, Mazum is for Ism only. Ism Majroor and fail Majroor. If that helps. But otherwise, you whatever you can remember, you remember. At least one, if you remember, Ism Majroor, from that you can just turn it around. It's a majroor. These 4 questions are very tricky. Alhamdulillah. Anyway, that's good stuff. Yeah. Okay, Ustad?
Sorry, I was on mute. Jazakallah khair. So we are continuing. As you know, Iraab is a big topic and very important topic, which is why we have so many lessons on it. We're going to dive a bit deeper in these 2 lessons, inshallah. So, I'rab al-majrurat in nouns. That's the first one we're talking about. Al-majrurat, I'rab. As I think it was Sister Fawzia, she already mentioned this. There are 2 examples from the Quran where I'rab for asma in the state of majrurat. Okay, and the first is when there's jar majrur, as you rightly said, and the example we have is min Allahi, simple. Or I think Ustad Aisha said Baytullahi, as this is the possession Baytullahi, and min Allahi is jar majrur. So these are the 2 nice and straightforward. I don't think I think that we're well familiar with that one, alhamdulillah. Then when it comes to jazm, majzumat in af'al, in fi'l, there's 3 that we've previously learned. Alhamdulillah, most of this is revision for you. Some of this stuff we've covered in module 1 and we recapped recently as well. And this is why we're asking you to memorize some of these. See what's coming up here, li wal fal. So it's not new to you, alhamdulillah. So when we see li wal fal, what happens? The mudari' verb, the i'rab changes to what? What does it change to? Jazm, sukun.
Yes.
Yeah, good. And what does li do? So this is what we learned for this category. This is lam al-amr. Okay. As an example, yadhhab becomes liyadhhab, and the meaning here is should or let. This is a key thing I want you to remember for this one. And again, Dr. Mahmoud mentioned this in the last lesson on Sunday. For li wal fal, this is the lam al-amr, and with the meaning of should or let. For example, yadhhab, he is going. When you put li before it, liyadhhab, the meaning becomes he should go or let him go. It's amr for 3rd person. Okay. But I think it's just, Ustada Aisha mentioned this one. You can have fa before it as well, and that before mudari verb. And we have an example, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا, and you've seen this before, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ. So we've adding even more to what we've previously learned. فَلْيَعْبُدُوا. So we have the fa and the lam. That lam, although it's sukun, has the same effect. So if you look at the translation, let them worship the Lord of this house. So same meaning there. But notice, because the fa, the lam, has sukun. And look at the ending, hafdun nun, which is what happens when there's jazm. Okay, is that clear? Any questions on that one?
These are actually covered so many times before,
Yes.
alhamdulillah. Yeah, we know this.
Yes.
Yeah, just the last one.
Yes. The third one, i'rab al-mansubat in af'al, in verbs, li again, but this li is different. So I want to pay attention to the 2 that we've just covered. This one is for a mansubat, again, something we covered before. When li appears before mudari', and this applies to where there's first person or third person, single, dual, or plural, the mudari becomes mansub. Again, hopefully there's a revision for you. And the meaning here for you to make a note of is it will be in order to, also that. That's the meaning of this li. And this is known as lama ta'lil, lam of reasoning. So ta'lil means reasoning, okay? And the meaning is in order to. And we have an example. Ja hamidun liyajlisa. So first thing we notice, because we're studying Iraab, is that there's a fatha at the end, okay? Liyajlisa. And here Hamid came to, the meaning is Hamid came to sit down. But look at the meaning and look at the category. Lama ta'lil, reasoning. Hamid came, why? To sit down. That li, it has the meaning of in order to solve that. Therefore here, to sit down, giving the reason, okay? And it's mansub. So make a note of the difference between the previous lead that we covered in number 2 is for let him or he should. That's it. Lama amar, okay? And that makes it majzoom. For lam al-ta'lil is mansub. Okay? Let's have a quick another example here. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Very famous verse telling us the purpose of why Allah created us. And I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me.
Can you enlarge the screen, please, Ustad?
Oh, sorry.
As much as you can.
ليعبدوا.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yes. So at the end of that, you see liya'budun. This is the lam al-ta'lil. Allah is giving us the reason He created us. SubhanAllah. Yeah, so the liya'budun, the li here is clear with the kasra, and we can see, but here, because of, this is in the state of mansub. Okay?
Yeah, dropped. So we can see kasra, but it is in a state of nasab.
Yeah, because otherwise it'll be ya'buduna.
Because Allah saying except to worship me, so there would have been an iya there. So
That's it.
Because of illa, it is kasra, right?
no.
This lam
This
is
lam is the
ta'lil.
reason.
Yeah.
Which is liyabudun, it's kasra in there.
It's the
So
last letter noon.
Yeah.
Noon.
No, there was an
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Allah saying except to worship me, so
Me.
there would have been a so because it is
Yeah.
dropped,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Noon taking place.
no took the kasra.
Ocho.
The last letter. Yeah,
Okay.
ni is the.
Mm.
You remember the 14 conjugation, 14 attached pronouns and detached pronouns you've learned? It's one of them, number 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Allah is
mean,
saying to worship me. Yeah.
Remember you learned ya ni na na.
Yeah,
Ni.
that's right. Yeah, I
Ya
done.
ni na.
Mm-hmm.
Ya means me, and nun also means me.
Okay. I got it. Jazakallah.
Anybody else, if you have confusion, Ustad Sadiq may just quickly type it. If I just say to Ustad, Li ya buduna. Write down ya buduna. Li.
Chat.
No, on the screen. Can you?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just copy li buduna. Normal.
Ya'buduna. I think they got it.
No, Ustad.
Yeah.
Help.
Okay.
Shall I do this or?
You want me to write it?
Yeah. Type
Okay.
it. Write it.
Right, yeah. Let me change
pen.
my pen. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Ya'buduna, yeah.
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 Buduna. Normal.
Nah.
Nah. Okay, stop.
Yeah.
Put the signs last few. That's it. That rest is okay. Okay, that's fine. Plus, Ustad, just next to na now, na,
Mm.
you just type
Yeah.
noon iya connected.
Okay.
Separate. Okay. Noon iya connected.
Like that.
Yeah. Good. This is that knee. You know, ya knee. Ya is
Yeah.
that knee. So this knee is there. And then the first noon has dropped.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Then there is another rule here, but why iya will be getting out of this noon. That's part of Gairu Sahib and rule. It is then iya will always drop in a situation like this. Okay, but first noon has dropped here. That's the point, and we can see noon iya's noon with kasra there. That is knees noon. Okay, Ustad, fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that
Got it.
okay?
Yeah. Jazakallah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. So yeah, and that's it. This is how short this lesson is. So the 3 takeaways for this lesson is I'rab of majrurun in ism, which is why I was asking those questions at the beginning. And alhamdulillah, this is, I think, very familiar with 2 examples, min Allahi and Baitullahi. And I always love examples, helps you remember the jar majrur and mudaf ilayh. Then we covered the i'rab of majmumat in verbs. And the one we covered here is lam al-amr, okay, with the meaning of should or let. And again, this is a recap for you, hopefully. And finally, the i'rab of mansubat with li. This is lam al-ta'lil. So they're the 3 that into. And I said that, make sure you don't get confused between the majzumat and mansubat. And obviously for the majzumat, the rule applies to wal and fal. So yeah, that's it. Anything else you want to add, Dr. Mahmoud, before I move to the next?
Let's go to Ma, inshallah.
Okay, I want you to get ready for this one. This is a special lesson. And Dr. Mahmoud has spent a lot of time putting this together. So there's a lot to cover in this lesson, but we won't be able to cover everything today. My goal is to cover 5, and we'll continue next time, inshallah, with the remainder. Before I jump in, who's had a chance to go through this lesson, or if not, how many ma's are you familiar with? Yes, if you can put in the chat or you can unmute.
Yeah, if you blow it up as big as you can, please.
Okay. I want them to give their B before, they see them. So there's many ma's that we've learned about before.
They know ma enough.
That's the obvious one. We've covered many times.
Ma kaffa we know. Ma nafi we know.
And my ta'azzub, I had from Ustad before, and ma nakira mausufa. Not sure about that. Ma shartiya, we know. Ma
Shartiya.
istifhamiya. Yeah.
Istifhamiya. You know that one as well.
Only 5, I think, introduced. The others, we didn't touch on it.
Ma zaida, maybe like we read and we didn't really notice. Okay.
I haven't studied that one before. Ma zaida. We've mentioned it in passing.
Yeah.
in when we're reading Quran, but
Yeah.
we haven't studied it. So yeah, quite a few of these we covered
Yeah,
up
I don't
until
think we have studied Mama's Dariya.
Mm.
I think we may have mentioned it, but not fully studied it.
No, don't remember. Yeah,
Okay.
most commonly
Alhamdulillah.
we did is Mausula.
Yes.
Mm.
I think Sister Roshana, I think you know more than two. You probably it's not probably not coming to your mind yet. I'm sure you know more than two. Okay, let's go through this
You should know
inshallah.
Makati, Istifham, yeah, these two like.
Yeah. Okay. So first one in our that we're going to study is Ma Mausula, and this is one you're familiar with. There's two types, and as you know, Ismul Mausul is something you should be familiar with. Studied this in Module 1, relative pronoun. Ma and man you're familiar with, but man and ma is for general, am in Arabic, and specific or khas, for example, alladhi, the alladhi family. You're familiar with Mausul Sila and the roles that they play. Again, we covered this quite recently. If you think about fa'il, maf'ul, mubtada, khabar, sifa, mudaf ilay, ismu inna, majrur. So let's look at an example. ولا sorry ولا تنكحوا ما نكح آباؤكم من النساء. Do not marry former wives of your fathers. ولا تنكحوا. So who can tell me what la this is? To make sure you haven't forgotten what we learned.
Prohibition.
Negation.
Prohibition. No, it's prohibition.
I'm hearing negation and prohibition. Okay. What signs do we look for?
Nahi.
Nahi.
Okay.
Do not.
Do not.
Yeah.
So this is
Noon has dropped.
Noon has dropped. Good. La tanka.
Mazlum.
So what? Majzum. So what is this one? Which is this one?
La nafi.
Yeah, nafi. La
Nafi.
nafi.
La
La
nahi.
Nahi or
nahi. La nahi. La nahi.
This one,
nahi.
Take votes.
Yeah.
Take votes, Ustad.
Yes. Who says nafi with the fa?
No, no, it's nahi.
La
I
nahi.
heard both. And
It's
who's
nahi.
anyone?
Okay. Noon
Yeah,
drops. You said it, and you know the meaning. Do not marry. So it's an order, negative order, prohibition.
prohibition.
Okay, nahi.
La Muhammad.
Okay, now, Ustad,
Yeah.
before you go through this example, they must change their programming in their head. They're already advanced grammar student module 2 finishing. Compound structure of individual entity, fa'il, maf'ul, mubtada, khabar, sifat, mudaf ilay, ismu inna, majroor. All this situation, there could be a long sentence. So they are all marked red. So no question. It's all one entity. Ma nakaha, right?
Yeah. Ma nakaha
This one is
aba'ukum
all of it is all red is mahfuz.
Yeah, it's one
because
sentence.
this is
So whole
field
it is
time.
entity, compound entity. So in that way, Ustad now proceed. La tankahu, you said, do not marry. Who to marry? Who? Who to marry? Who not to marry? Fail file, what comes?
The
Ustad.
mahfuz. This is
Ustad
mahfuz.
Kari. Okay, I just gave you the tips, Ustad. Carry on, Ustad.
So I want to ask the students, what role is this ma playing?
Mahfuz Ustad.
That.
The whole
Yeah.
is a compound mahfuz.
Compound maf'ul.
That's it. Good. Well done. So all of this is the maf'ul, okay?
Okay, the
with the
whole
ma.
thing red is maf'ul.
Yeah. Next one is سبح لله ما في السماوات والأرض. Appears many times in the Quran. Alhamdulillah, now you're going to see another layer for your understanding. سبح لله. So what type of sentence is this? Jumla?
Fi'liya. It's
Okay.
fine.
فعلية. Good. فعلية. سبح لله.
Everything in the sky and the earth is praising Allah.
Yes. And that's the fa'il. ما في السماوات والأرض is the fa'il here. Okay, whatever in the heavens, the earth glorifies Allah. So remember we studied this before, isn't it? This compound and these phrases, right? So it's all coming back to you, inshallah. Alhamdulillah.
Ustad, what is the meaning of ma here?
Here, this that whole is playing the role of fa'il.
Whatever is
What is the meaning, individual meaning of ma here?
whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
This is Ismul Mawsul. Ismul Mawsul.
Ismul Mawsul.
But ma, you cannot say the one who, okay? What? Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah,
And it will have
Ismul
Ismul Mawsul as well as Silatul Mawsul. So we're not talking about it. Focus on ma only. Good question. What is ma here? Ma is Ismul Mawsul, playing the role of Ismul Mawsul. So Ismul Mawsul and Silatul Mawsul together, ma fi samawati wal ard is a compound fa'il, external fa'il of sabbaha. Focus on that. Make sure you understand that. Sabbaha lillahi, sabbaha, fi'l fa'il, sabbaha, glorify. Glorify whom?
Allah.
The one who is ma, glorify.
Whatever is
in heaven and the earth glorifies Allah.
Glorify Allah. Whatever. Okay. No. Whatever is in the sky and heavens, they glorify Allah.
They glorify Allah. That's it. Yeah.
Fa'il is external fa'il sabbaha.
But the reason I ask here, if ma is whatever here, the previous sentence, ma means something else.
Yeah, it will be, Ustad. Of course it will be.
Ustad, because that one is the maf'ul and this
according
one
to the
is
sentence.
fa'il.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the previous center, ma is also Ismul Mawsula.
Yeah, this is Ustad started with the whole section. Ma used as Ismul Mawsul, and their examples. Ma is something else, ma as something else. So it's number one category. They're all Ismul Mawsul, ma Mawsula here.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you, Jazakallah.
But focus on the main thing. You know, ma is playing the role. First sentence is maf'ul bihi, second is fa'il. Then continues.
Remember the lessons we did where we had compound phrases? This is where this comes into it.
Yeah.
So that's why what is in red is playing a different role. Okay. And so the last example put here is ذَلِكَ تَأْوِيلُ مَا لَمْ تَسْتَطِعْ عَلَيْهِ صَبْرًا. This is an explanation of what you were unable to bear patiently with. Subhanallah. From Surah Al-Kahf. ذَلِكَ تَأْوِيلُ. This is an explanation. So you can see of here, and this is what the role ma is playing here. And what is this category? When there's of, what relationship is it? What type of relationship? Mudaf ilayh. That's it, yeah. Yeah. ما لم تستطع عليه صبرا. This is so that whole compound is mudaf ilayh. Let me know if there's too much background noise.
What would be the Iraab of that, Ustad? Ma lam tastati' alayhi sabra. What would be Iraab of this?
The Iraab will be kasra.
Iraab never is
No,
kasra.
will be kasra.
I mean,
Yeah.
There is no Iraab called kasra. Sorry.
No, sorry. When you have sila,
Jar.
yeah, it will be following, but it will be in jar if it's a
Majroor.
mudhaf.
So why do we use this word kasra here? There is no Irab
No.
called kasra.
Yeah, slip of tongue, Ustad.
Okay.
No, it is in jar status because it is
Fi mahalli jar.
fi mahalli.
The previous one was fi mahalli rafa, and the first one was fi mahalli.
Which one first? Mansub.
Mansub.
Mansub. Finish. Khalas. Ustad. Yeah.
Oh, you could have said that at the beginning.
Brains switched off.
Ustad,
We've only ever done the first one, and yeah. Okay.
How many times we have read ma fi samawati wal ard? Okay, from now on, at least one takeaway. Every time you find it, consider that one sentence, but one grammatical name. Is that maf'ul bihi? Is that fa'il? Is that mudaf ilayhi? Is that all others which started in the beginning? It can play all this role. So every time you find it, it will be okay. It takes time. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, don't worry. We're not expecting you to get it straight away. This is quite a long lesson and complicated matter, so you will have to go through it at least a few times, inshallah. Okay, another something else we need to realize about regarding ma is also use the zaida, and this is something we touched on previously. We have an example. فَرِحُوا بِمَا عِنْدَهُمْ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ. They rejoiced in whatever they had of knowledge. And you can see here that the min and ma, they're additional. So min here is, if you look at the meaning, there isn't adding anything. It's zaida. Okay. فَرِحُوا بِمَا عِنْدَهُمْ مِنْ عِلْمِ.
What it is saying that with ma, there will be a phrase connection with min. Ma, then min will appear in the sentence, but that ma will be just zaida, not doing anything. It's not giving meaning of from there. Min al-ilm. It's not from, it's just extra. So ma, in some situation, it is that ma, which is ismul mausul, may have also a min connected to that, and that will don't have any meaning. That is one variety. Then second
Similarly,
example.
with the next example, يَوْمَ تَجِدُ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا عَمِلَتْ مِنْ خَيْرٍ مُحْضَرًا. The day every soul will find whatever it has done of good present before it. So if here, يَوْمَ تَجِدُ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ, the day every soul will find, here the ma is whatever it has done, alimat. So you can see again, min, it's not from. Done of good present. Muhtaran means from hadara, present. The meaning of it is what's in front or before it. So here, min again is zaida. And that's the mechanism because of ma. Okay, again, this is a little bit complicated, but just take it simply as that when you see this combination, this min is extra, zaida.
Yes, yes.
That's according to the grammatical scholars, okay?
And also, this is quite common, this ma and then min. It's quite common, you will find it. Okay, good.
Yeah, so don't get thrown by it. So that's the key point on that one. Okay, how are we doing? I know some of this might be a bit heavy, but next one, inshallah, is light.
Okay, let's say.
Can I ask a question? Why,
of course,
if mean is zaida or ziyada, why do they use it? Anyone know?
I answered that question.
Prophet
No
stuff.
one has got the answer. Even our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam couldn't change it because it came as it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Word of Allah.
Obviously, this is the beauty of Arabic language, and certain circumstances you will see. For example, alif, lam, mim, huruf muqatta'a. Many thousands of scholars still fighting, arguing. I think Allah wanted to say that. I think Allah wanted to. No, Allah wanted to say something else, and they explain it. Nobody knows. So about the structure of this, alhamdulillah, if you know the history, the Quranic science chapter course, inshallah, we'll be doing on module 3 at some point, or module 4, you will be so happy to know how it all evolved and how it was all cross-checked as well. Subhanallah. Anyway, so there's no answer. No, and you know, it's a beauty. It's Arabic language beauty. And you will see many situations like this. It's an ornamentation for fluency, sounding better, Ustad. That's Arabic language's specialty.
But can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the way Ustad Naman Ali Khan says. When we ask Allah for our learning and knowledge and everything. So when it comes to any of these surahs with Alif Lam Mim, so he says, first you understand that you're not going to understand everything. This is how Allah wanted. So some of the things, like even we want to understand, we're not going to understand why it is there. He says it very nicely.
Yeah, and there's a wisdom behind this.
But only he knows.
Yeah, it's to it should, and it will only apply to a believer who's humility, because things like this demonstrate you can never understand everything completely, and that only applies to a believer, because only a believer will accept this. This is from Allah. Only Allah knows the meaning, and I'm happy to accept that.
Yeah.
Whereas those who are, can't accept it.
Ali Khan said it so nicely, and he loves it. So first understand that you're not going to understand everything.
Yeah, you have to accept it in this field from beginning, inshallah. That's fine. Okay, let's carry on, Ustad.
And this is why I was saying when I was moving on from this one is, and we've taken this from the scholars, the grammar scholars. So, it's not something we just come up with. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is a nice one. Ma ta'ajjubiyya, meaning wonder. And this follows the afala pattern. Okay. And when we for ma ta'ajjubiyya, it'll be in the state of mansub. And we've seen these. And this is a beautiful technique in the language. Let's look at some examples. Ma akthara nujuma. And again, you can't just read this plainly. Ma akthara nujuma. Wow, so many stars. See, and that the ma is expressing. That's it. That's right. It's expressing wonder, or it's exclaiming something, right? No, yes. Because this explanation at the end in Arabic, it doesn't exist. Teachers put it there to help, but in Arabic there is no exclamation mark. So that's what that's the role the ma is playing. Okay, in English we have the exclamation mark, but in Arabic it doesn't exist. Okay, if you look at any classical text, or obviously in the Quran, you will not find an exclamation mark, but because the ma is playing that role. Yeah. Next example.
One more thing it needs to be mentioned. It is very obvious. You have all done Ismul Mushtaq and Fa'il Maf'ul Zarf Ala. Then what comes? Ismu Tafdil. What does it mean? It's a comparative or superlative. Okay?
Superlative, yeah.
Either of them. Let's look at the superlative meaning. Aksaru, af'alu, akbaru, right? Aksaru means
more,
highest, Many,
I-
most. Okay. An-nuzum, an-nuzumu, an-nuzumu. Najmun, nuzumun. An-nujumu. That's correct on its own. So the grammar for this ma ta'ajjub is af'alu will become af'ala. Ma af'ala. And the last bit also will be mansub. Ma aksara nujuma. It means nujuma, stars, are a lot. But this ma, when it comes, it gives like a surprise, wonder. Okay? Now we start do the next one, inshallah. It's a tafdil, mansubized, and the other ism after that is also matching. Yes, Ustad.
For example, قتل الإنسان ما أكثره. Destroyed or cursed is man. How disbelieving is he? So it's the ending here. ما أكثره. Again, you see the mansub. أكثر has become أكثر because of ma. And here the ma is giving that it's exclaiming. How disbelieving is he? So it's a question, but as well as because we can see of the nasab, there's also
Wonder.
yes.
Yeah. So
Wonder is not the right word.
meaning very, very disbelieving. Still, it is meaning that. But ma is bringing that exclamation sign, wonder sign, the ta'ajjub sign. Yeah.
Ta'ajjub, yes.
And
the final example, فَمَا أَصْبَرَهُمْ عَلَى النَّارِ. How patient they are in the pursuit of the fire. Subhanallah. And the meaning is that they take it lightly. Subhanallah. Think about this. فَمَا أَصْبَرَهُمْ. Again, asbara. What type? What form is this? Asbara.
Asbara.
Asbaru.
It's from asbaru. Yes.
Tafdil. Okay.
Tafdil. Okay. Asbaru. Because of ma, we have it become mansub. Asbara. And this is from sabara. Okay. So it's tafdil. Yeah. فما أصبرهم على الناس. Subhanallah, how patient they are in the pursuit of the fire. Subhanallah. I think I'll cover one more, third one. Then if you want, Dr. Mahmoud, I can pass to you.
For today, Ustad, you can continue as long as you want. I just need last 10 minutes.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay.
But what have we learned so far, Ustad? If I could ask everybody to just speak out. Shall we start from who wants to come and talk and summarize what we studied? Okay.
Take someone who isn't speaking.
Okay, I mean it's an interactive exercise. You don't have to know it. We will just all go through this together. Ustad Muhammad and Ustad Aisha, if you could pair up, please.
Muhammad
Khalid
for 2 minutes.
walked away.
He's not for
He'll be
2
back.
minutes. Yeah.
He'll be back. Okay. Aisha and Sister
And
Fazana.
Fauzia.
Sister
Fauzia.
Fazana, please.
Okay.
Try. What are the 10 names here? First of all, just for the time being, tell us what you remember without looking at this, if you can.
Okay. We are looking at it. It's on the.
Okay, look at this, no problem. As if you are memorizing it. Okay. Sister Fazana, do one column, and Aisha do one column.
Sister Fazana?
Yeah.
Is she not in the front? Sister Fazana?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
We
salam.
have ma mawtuf, ma tahajjubiyya, ma nakira, mawsuf, ma shartiyya, ma istifham.
Very good. I will just can you just repeat, sister? First one is
Ma mawsul,
Mawsula.
mawsula,
Mausula means ismul mausul. It means
ismu
okay. So
mawsul,
that
yeah.
mausul. That mausul. Ma
Ma
mausula
tahajjubiyya,
ta'ajjubiyya. Yeah.
تعجبية ما نكيرة موصوفة ما
Mhm.
شرطية ما استفهام
Istifahmiya.
Okay. Shaktiya is
استفهامية
Shaktiya
استفهام
is familiar. Istifhamiya is also familiar. Nakira mausufa. What that could be? Can you anybody guess this? Ma as
Nakira Isam, is it?
Nakira is
mausufa. What does it mean?
Mawsuf, adjective.
اسم
It is
موصول
something to do with mausuf sifa, right? We will
Mawsuf
say
Sifa.
later.
This is how it.
Okay. Okay. Ma kaffa. Aisha,
Ma Kaffa.
what is
Kaffa.
that? Can you remember? It's familiar.
Can't remember, but I think it's like is it like Kafi?
Kafi.
Anybody can specifically remember? Ma kaffa.
Wow.
Remember
Only.
prevention?
Only. Huh? Ma kaffa.
No. Only is right
Yeah,
thinking.
it is. Yeah.
It's
Innama.
Kafi. That's all right. So
What
then
does it do?
Kafi. Kafi means is
No, this is not that kafi. That
Mhm.
not enough. It's not that. It's prevents. It's prevented. Stops. Innama.
So inna's power gone.
Innamal a'malu
Inner power is
Gone.
prevented.
Yeah.
Innama no longer can do this mansub. It just changes the whole situation, whole control there, and it gives a
But
different
only,
meaning.
but only when inna comes, right?
Yeah,
It
ma
stops.
only comes with inna. Yes.
It stops. It stops
It's
from
we're
making
learning
one.
ma here. Ma is coming in front of inna,
Yeah.
and it acts ma
Pre-
kaffa.
Prevention. It does
I
It
say
prevents the
yeah,
action
I
of
remember. Yeah.
prevention.
it prevents the action of inna's
Power.
subjunctive power. Subjunctive power.
Subjunctive.
And the meaning changed to only. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, Aisha, carry on, ma.
Nafi. So what is
There is an Arabic.
Hijaziyya? What is
Yeah,
Hijaziyya?
Hijazia. Yeah, there's an Arabic name for this, Hijazia. If you remember, fine. If you don't, that's fine. Next one is Masdaria. Just remember ma Masdaria. And then ma dama.
Dama.
Dama. It is, what is it? Can anybody remember?
As
Dama.
long as.
What is
Continue.
Dama? What is
Continuation.
that? Ustad taught you. Chapter.
Dama? Don't remember doing Dama.
Is it
Dama?
continuously or something?
Yes, but what is Dama?
sisters of
Kana?
Madama.
It is sister of Kana. And it is
Yes.
incomplete verb.
As
That's
long
the incomplete verb. Okay.
Yeah.
And it is used in Quran only once or twice. But we have brought all the ma family here, alhamdulillah. So we've got ma mausula first, ma ta'azzubiya, ma nakira mausufa, ma shaktiya, ma istifhamiya, ma kaffa, ma nafi, ma masdariya, ma dama, and then ma zaida. Okay. Then we'll start. Okay, without looking at this, who can explain ma mausula to us? There are some people here who can explain it nicely, inshallah. Give it a try. Make mistake. We can only learn by making mistake, not by remaining silent, not by saying anything. So,
I just and then rest of it is.
mausula.
It's a relative pronoun, right? Mausula. Ismu mausul. Ismu mausul is a relative pronoun.
It is a relative pronoun, yes. In this chapter, what have we covered? In this chapter,
It
what
could
have
be in it could be act as maf'ul bihi or
Mhm. Very good.
or
It can act as
then
fa'il, it
as
can act as
fa'il,
maf'ul, it can act as mudaf ilayh, it can
mudaf
act as sifat, it can act as any grammatical entity. Ma, a mausula can act as any entity. Okay? And then
Yeah.
Ustad, get the chapter, please, Ustad. Get this
Ma.
mausula. Yeah. Okay. A bit more, Ustad. Full mausula. Okay. And then we have got three examples. They're easy. And then the other bit is ma may have a pair with it, like a phrase. After ma, there will be min in the sentence without doing any active meaning there. So ma after that. That's it. That's where you need to know. And that ma is also ma mawsula. And maf'ul bihi, fa'il, and mudaf ilayh, three examples. You will go through la. Tankahu ma nakaha aba'ukum minan nisa. Do not marry former wives of your fathers. Do not marry someone who are the former wives of your fathers. Okay? And ma sabbaha lillahi ma fi samawati wal ard. Sabbaha is a fail file verb and possibly an external file because sabbaha has got huwa hidden file. That's why. And ma fi samawati wal ard is external file. Mudaf ilayhi, you can see in the meaning clearly there's a role of Baitullahi, house of Allah. Okay? Kitabullahi, book of Allah. Of, you know, that makes mudaf separates the mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. Like is separates mubtada and khabar. Of also separates in a sentence the mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. So done. And ma mean fine. So that's ma mausula. Okay? And then Ustad, we have got ma ta'azzub, right? That's nice and simple. That's nice and simple. Who can explain that? Sister Fawzia, you come forward. Sister Fawzia? Are you there? Oh, okay. Sister Nurjahan, okay, can't talk. Sister Roshanara, do you want to try explaining ma ta'azzuba?
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum, Ustad. So, ma ta'zuba is the ma when it's followed by the word will have a mansub on it.
That word is always
mansub. Okay, that word it will be always with tafdeel and it will be in mansub state.
That will from Rafa, it will take nasab state. Okay, and the object for it, it's another ism as well there. That will also take mansub where appropriate. Okay.
Okay.
And then the next example.
So example next example is قتل الإنسان ما أكفره. So أكفر is mutafdil and it's ends with mansub status.
Yeah, who is also in by grammatical matching is also in nasab, but we cannot see it there because it's mabni, right?
Yes.
Similarly, fama asbarahum, asbara is mansub, and hum is also mansub.
Okay.
Because it has to match, but it's mabni. Okay.
Okay.
So, clear?
Yes.
So fine. Brother Muhammad is back.
Yes.
Okay. We have just gone through this second time. Do you want to give it a try, Ustad, or shall we move on?
You want me to say?
Yeah, I don't know how much you have listened to this.
Mata Zubia?
Yeah, Mata Zubia, just say it, please.
Yes. Ma ta'zubiyah is start with ma, followed by aksara, which is mansuba, and then an-nujuma,
النجوم.
an-najuma, also mansub status there.
Mhm.
And ma is actually making the whole sentence wonder, you know.
Yeah.
And then kutilal insanu ma.
Ustad, so 1 second. So ma in this instance is making a meaning of wonder.
Wonder, yes.
Surprise, right? Okay.
Yeah,
And
ma ta'zubiyah.
how does it do grammatical implication there? What are the changes it makes because of the meaning it's giving as wonder? What grammatical change does it do? You already said it, but for us to all remember, what does it do grammatically, Ustad?
Grammatically, yeah, it changed the following isim to mansuba.
Which is always ismu tafdil, Ustad.
Ismu tabdil, yeah.
Yeah. So it changes the ismu tafdil's default form rafa to
Mansub.
nasab, mansub. And matching with that, the one which is being described, nuzuma, would also become mansub.
Mansub, correct, yeah.
So by applying this grammatical change, the meaning it's getting out of this sentence is wonder. And that is ma ta'azzubiyah. Ma ta'azzubiyah.
Yeah, ta'azzubiyah.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Ustad, ma mawsula is very simple. Ma mawsula, ismul mawsul, what we know is exactly the same. Only thing we are seeing here that ma has got a family here. Ma is ismul mawsul, then it has got silatul mawsul. So it's jumlatul mawsul. Although ma is the main maf'ul bihi, but it has got its family, so the compound whole maf'ul bihi is being considered. Yeah, okay. The saying is compound fa'il is the external fa'il of sabbaha. Then ma lam tastati', that is whole thing is mudaf ilayhi, because you can say in the meaning of is there.
Yeah.
Okay. There are not many examples
Is it
like
always
this. There are
follow?
not many examples like that, but we are just making you familiar with this, as in when it comes, you will try to recollect the rule. Okay, Ustaz Muhammad?
Yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah. If any
Is it
confusion,
always for the mata hajubiyah? Is it always for the af'alun pattern? Ma aksara, ma
okay.
akthara?
Next Ustaz, next lesson. Sorry, next example. Yes, Sister Fazana, what are you saying?
Is it always the ma for tahajubiyah? Is it always follows a pattern of af'alun pattern? Aksara,
If you
akthara?
see ismu tafdil has become
Yes.
mansub, and if you see ma
Yes.
there, it is going to mean
Yes.
my tahazzub wonder. Khalas.
Is it
If you
always
see
okay?
the
I got it.
tafdil has become mansub and ma is
Yes.
there, it is because of wonder
Okay.
meaning. Finish.
Okay.
That's one of the
Okay.
10 types of ma. We have learned ma mausula
Alhamdulillah.
and now ma zubia, mashallah. Now, Ustad Muhammad Sadiq Mia, do number 3.
Okay, this is an interesting one. Previously, we learned about the removal of ambiguity, but here, ma brings ambiguity. So ma ibhamia or nakiratu mawsufa. This is actually bringing ambiguity. So I'll explain what I mean by that.
So,
sorry, my son is disturbing me. We have an example. أعطيني كتابا ما. So أعطيني كتابا is give me a book. Okay, so it's just a book. But ma at the end is giving the meaning any. So bringing ambiguity.
Okay.
So here, The ma at the end is giving additional meaning, meaning any.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's not clarifying, so it's just giving
No.
any.
No,
Exactly,
listen, can I also say this? Ma has been used in Quranic Arabic a lot of times. There are different types of ma. Some are used all the time, and some people will finish their journey in understanding ma istifamia, ma nafi, and ma mausul. No problem with that. How about time and time? You will find few examples. Do not feel any negative here. Not everybody will be able to digest and remember all this. It is our duty, your duty, to just make sure you know at least there are 10 types of ma. This ma used like this, number 3 types, there are probably 1 or 2 or 3 times used in the Quran. So don't take a long breath or deep breath in this. It is there. You can avoid it. That's fine. Our
Ustad,
job as a complete guidance on Quranic Arabic, we are just showing you some will be understood now, some will be careful later, but we have to move on. Yes, Ustad.
is there a sentence that ending with ma, just like
Yes,
Ustad
in
explained?
Quran, yes. Can you see the ayah, Surah Baqarah, Ustad?
Yeah.
So it is there, maybe once or twice or 3 times. So maybe this is something you don't have to master it, but at least you should know, we should know that there is the use of ma in that way. At least learn the title, ma ibhamia. It is clarity, it is clarifying, more information. For example, Atini kitaban. Okay, Atini kitaban. Give me a book. Okay. Now there is a way, there is some situation when someone wants to say, give me anything, not a book. Anything. A book means a little bit limited. Any book means anything. So there will be situation to mean that. Okay, have a look at this Surah Baqarah later. And look at this, the meaning is any there, any. I mean, mathalan, nakira noun, as you know, it should be a book, a with a thing, an example. Okay, but when ma comes at the end like this, it will mean any. That's the point. And with your permission, we can go to the next one, which you are very familiar with. Is that okay?
Sister Nurjana asked, would this ma only comes after nakira ism?
Yes. Yes.
If others wouldn't make sense, it'll be contradicting. You can't have a definite, and in any means it has the meaning of nakira, isn't it?
A book is indefinite, nakira, but to make the meaning even more flexible, softer, there may be a situation when you say, give me any book. Allah does not shy away to give an example of anything. Masalan ma, it is used in Quran, maybe a few times, maybe just once. Otherwise, I would have found another example. The book I have taken, they would have taken more examples. So should not spend more time on it. Remember the name.
Key takeaway for this one is that it gives ambiguity, meaning any. And I would say, remember we have ma that is zaida, right? So the beauty of this one is saying this is not zaida. So because you could read it and think it's not zaida. Exactly.
Very
Yes.
good point. Yeah. It's doing something. Okay.
You got 10 minutes to start.
All right. That's the next one.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. Ma shartiya. You should be familiar with this one.
We don't have to explain this, I think. Ma istifhamia. These two quickly in 10 minutes we finish, Ustad.
Inshallah,
At
yeah.
least we complete 5. We have to complete 5. Yeah.
Ma
You're not taking
shartiya.
it back.
Do you want 10 minutes, Dr. Mahmoud?
No, Ustad, carry on. It's my 10 minutes part of this, inshallah. Carry on.
Okay. Yeah, so ma shartiya, we know shartiya is condition, is a topic we're familiar with. And for shartiya, it makes majzoom. So that's the key point you have to remember. We'll quickly go through some examples. ما تفعلوا من خير يعلمه الله. So we see تفعلون has become, has the nun, the nun has been removed because of ma. Whatever good you do, Allah fully knows it. So it's simple as that. That's the impact of it is majzoom, mudari' majzoom, and here hafdun nun. Ya'lamhullah. Who can tell me what's happening here quickly? What's happened to ya'lam?
It's becoming majzoom.
It's become majzoom.
What would it have been?
It would have been ya'lamu.
Ya'lamu. Good. Yeah, simple as that. Next example. ما ننسخ من آية أو ننسها نأتي بخير منها أو مثلها. We do not abrogate a verse or cause it to be forgotten, except that we bring forth one better than it or similar to it. So here, shartiya, except there's a condition, right? We do not abolish a verse or cause it to be forgotten. And what's the condition? Except that we bring something better or similar to it. So Allah is telling us there's He wouldn't allow for a verse to be forgotten or abrogate unless the condition is that another one will be brought. Okay. Final example. وَمَا تُنْفِقُوا مِنْ شَيْءٍ فِي سَبِيلِ يُوَفَّ إِلَيْكُمْ في سبيل الله يوفى إليكم. جزاك الله خير. Whatever you spend in the cause of Allah, will be paid to you in full, and you will not be wrong. يوفى إليكم. What's happening here? Who can see the shart?
Noon is dropped. تنفقون.
ما تنفقون أو ما تنفقون.
يوفى إليكم is mazzoom because it's mabni.
Okay.
It would be yuwaffu.
Where's yuwaffa from?
Awaffa yuwaffi. That
Yeah, is dropped. Yeah, is dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, is dropped. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So in one ma shartiya, we already know, so that's covered. Now, next, istifhamia, also known.
Yeah. Also known, alhamdulillah. We'll quickly go through these. These are for asking questions. وَمَا تِلْكَ بِيَمِينِكَ يَا مُوسَى. What is in your hand? That ma at the beginning, it means what? Is that istifhamia, questioning.
Okay.
And next one, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. Surah Al-Qadr. What will make you know what is Laylatul Qadr? Ma at the beginning, istifhamia. Third example, قال إبليس ما منعك أن تسجد. Oh Iblis, what stopped you to prostrate?
Yeah.
Subhanallah.
Ma mana'aka.
Ma mana'aka.
Ma mana'aka.
Yes.
What stopped you?
Yeah. It's a question, interrogation.
Yes, interrogation, good. And next one, وَمَا لَكُمْ أَلَّا تُنْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. What's, well again, وَمَا لَكُمْ, and why should you not spend in the cause of Allah? You can see, what
The ma is the interrogation.
interrogation, yes.
Why should you not? Yeah. Allah fi sabilillah.
في سبيل الله. نعم.
Yeah.
And the
I think
final one.
استفهمي. Yeah. وقالوا
Yeah.
ما لنا لا نرى رجالا. And they said,
what
yeah,
happened to us?
Yeah, ma is there.
ما لنا.
Ma lana, yeah. Ma lana is there. Istifhamia. Istifhamia, yeah. Interrogation.
Istifham. Istighfar. Istisna. Remember, these are all istisna. Istighfar. Istifham. Stiff, not stuff. Okay?
Istifham,
Fine.
yeah.
Okay.
This concept we're familiar with, alhamdulillah. Istifhamia is, questioning
or
interrogation.
Yeah, Ustad, I think I understand istifhamia much better than the previous ones. It's very confusing for me.
No worry, just go through this a few times, inshallah, will be okay. And Sister Sanika said it is irrelevant here, but she couldn't stop her
Mandarin
curiosity to share that ma in Chinese also means questioning.
Oh, subhanallah. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Good.
Remember, Ismul Mawsul, Jumlatul Mawsul, that chapter we had advanced class as well. That combination, Ismul Mawsul and Silatul Mawsul and Ismul Mawsul, its job, its connection with the antecedent, with the subject, these are very, very vital. And Ismul Mawsul, in terms of English meaning, it can say who, it can say which, it can say what, but still Ismul Mawsul. This is something you have to work it out yourself, understanding the English meaning of the sentence. Okay? Do not get mixed up because it's what, ma, all what in a translation may not be a question. So all this, if you go back to Jumlatul Mawsul, start Ismul Mawsul one.
Yeah.
Okay. Just stay there. Do not marry who?
Yeah.
If I am translating, I'll say, do not marry the one who your fathers, do not marry the ladies who your fathers have married before. Who? Can you see who? In the translation here, there is no who, there is no what, there is no which. All of them can be in meaning. Now, next, fa'il. Now look at the meaning. Sabbaha lillahi ma fis samawati wal ard. Your brain's program has to change about the compound thing. It's a compound. Whatever is in the sky or heavens, whatever I have, I will give this to charity. That whatever I have, all my wealth, property, money, everything, I will give it to the charity. So the whole thing I said in the beginning, this is the compound structure here. So similarly, Sabbaha lillahi. Now, you are not actually, anybody who is finding little, unclear, you are struggling because if your compound structure sense a little bit weak. That's why. So Sabbaha lillahi, Sabbahan is an external verb. The whole ma fis samawati wal ard. I mean, we had this during our, compound structure lesson with many students, alhamdulillah. That's okay. But you need to go back. You need to fix this compound structure acceptance as a one unit. Tilka tawilu, again, tilka tawilu is... Sorry, I'm sorry, zalika tawilu. Then ma fi samawati, if you look at the meaning of, we have to relate like this. Any other Quranic verses as well. We have to understand the role it is playing and then give it a name grammatical. So that's it. So the meaning, can you see? This is an explanation of that. What? That is Ismul Mawsul. whatever is in the heavens and earth. This whatever, it is not the meaning of ma. Ma meaning, common meaning is what? Whatever is just an additional word there. Ma means whatever, don't say it. Ma fis samawati wal ard. What is there in the sky and heavens, prostrate Allah, glorify Allah. Okay? That means what? Ismul Mawsul. Whatever is not a special meaning of ma. Don't mix up. Like do not marry, and that who is missing here, but it should be who. So it can give the meaning of who, which as well. I like the book which I bought. The book which, what is this? The book which, what is this? Ismul Mawsul. Al-Lazi means the one who. The book which, it's the same thing, brothers and sisters. That is Ismul Mawsul. Ismul Mawsul has got two wings in it embedded. Okay. Ustad, I think that's a good lesson, alhamdulillah.
Ustad, just for the clarification, this verse I've just looked up on the Al-Quran. Do not marry former wives of your father. It actually says in the meaning, do not marry whom marry.
Yeah. As I said, different books will have different translation. That whom is correct, good. But in this translation, obviously, it's not our translation, as you know. But in some places, you will see that. But you have to use your grammatical sense. We have to use our grammatical knowledge. We have to indicate something to who or whom or which or what for Ismul Mawsul.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, all clear?
Yeah,
So,
excellent.
No confusion. If any, everybody, I'm saying, just go through this video a few times, particularly our YouTube video, because it's uninterrupted, short. Mama Usula, please, 3, 4, 5 times, inshallah. Then about whole Ma family, you will be good. At least you will know there's a Ma Ibhamia. What is that? Ma Nakira Mausufa. At least the name, Ma Ta'adzubia. The names you must. Okay? I mean, common ones, no problem. But uncommon one, as a teacher, everybody, you must know them. And when you teach, you will teach with this PDF file, and it is okay. And it's there. Some are very rarely used. Okay, Ma Dama, it's only one it's used. And the Ma Ibhamia, it's only, I think it's only once in Quran. Okay, and you cannot search it by Ma because when you search, all Ma inside will show in the beginning and inside.
Yes.
Okay. Start.
Yes.
Next day, inshallah, the rest will be complete. Okay.
Inshallah, yes. So the end objective of this lesson is to plate all the different types of ma, and see how their uses are. And as Dr. Mahmoud said, our approach is comprehensive. Therefore, we're covering things that may not occur many times, but we want to ensure there isn't a gap in your knowledge. So keep that in mind. For example, Ma Ibhamia, although it's not common, we don't want to have a gap and all cause confusion, thinking this is Zaida, which is a different category. So this has a purpose. Reasons like that we're bringing up these, but some are less common than others. So keep that in mind. But alhamdulillah, the beauty of this lesson is that you have everything. We will continue with this in the next lesson, inshallah, and my goal is to complete in the next lesson. But as always, I would request you, as Dr. Mahmoud said, please go over this. Once is not enough, especially if you found it quite confusing. And if you need to, revisit previous lessons, compound phrases. This is essential. Otherwise, you'd be confused. We spent a lot of time on compound phrases, and we've seen what happens when Jar Majrur comes in. we've covered all of this. It shouldn't confuse you. And we studied sentence structures, and we know what the default structure is and what happens if we have jar majroor coming in between. So if you've forgotten that, revisit. So, when you're coming to these topics, not throwing you off. But with that, I'd like to conclude. As always, Barakallahu feekum. Please make an effort to visit the YouTube channel, our Facebook page, like our videos, comment on it. It really helps us reach other people. And inshallah, when others watch it, you get a share in the reward. So that's our objective. This is why we're doing this, to please Allah and to have some reward on the Day of Judgment, inshallah. So, and we want you to be part of that, inshallah. That's our intention. So may Allah accept it from us. May Allah make it easier for us. Barakallahu feekum. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزاك الله خير.
وياك بارك الله فيك.